Cobra Kai might have taken the world by storm, but it hasn't been easy for the cast. It turns out that the world of Karate Kid comes with a whole bunch of challenges. From stalking teenagers and broken bones to spending hours in the makeup chair, the people behind Cobra Kai know exactly how much hard work it takes to make the show such a hit. It's been a rough ride, and it started right from the get-go. Auditions were challenging. Here's a game for you. Picture Cobra Kai without Sam LaRusso. Tough, right? But that was almost a reality for the actress behind the role. Mary Mauser has just revealed that she missed her first audition for the show. What she did instead was sleep late. The actress admitted, "I guess I didn't set any alarms. I woke up to my boyfriend calling me saying, 'Hey, how did your audition go?' I was like, 'What audition?' It wasn't the best start to her tenure on the show, but thankfully she got a second chance. After her boyfriend convinced her to beg them to let her re-audition, they did. Mary says she owes it all to Ralph Macchio, who was super sweet and understanding. In fact, he was the one that gave her the good news that she'd been cast, while she was binge-watching the original Karate Kid movies. Mary wasn't the only one who thought she'd blown her chance to appear in Cobra Kai. Her on-screen mother, Courtney Hengler, almost didn't audition because she was seriously considering retiring from acting. She revealed, "At the time, I was quitting acting. I just had my baby and I was like, I don't even know if I even want to go back. I was just over it." But when she read the script, her plans changed and she knew she had to audition. Of course, she nabbed the role and has been killing it ever since. Another of her co-stars had a similar experience. Peyton List admitted, "I received the audition super last minute the night before and never in my wildest dreams would have thought I could play the character. It was such a happy shock when I got it. We were just as pleased she got the role." Of course, once the cast had their parts, they needed to start preparing. Learning to fight ain't easy. Can you imagine Cobra Kai without any martial arts? Neither can we. It's the most important aspect of the show. And it was also one of the hardest challenges for the entire cast, because other than Ralph Macchio and Billy Zabka, nobody knew any martial arts. Thankfully, the show had stunt coordinator extraordinaire Hiro Koda to show them the ropes. He had his work cut out for him. Hiro explained they were all new from the very beginning, and they were learning martial arts on the show as they were progressing. Jacob Bertrand agreed, adding, "We also train as we're shooting, anytime we can get." Learning the right moves was especially difficult for Tanner Buchanan and Mary Mauser, who'd never done martial arts before. However, Tanner actually has no excuse, because his mom has a black belt in karate. In fact, without her, and her love of the original 1984 film, he would never have been introduced to the Karate Kid. Then again, with each new season, the cast gets more confident with their fighting skills.
Each season, I feel I think the writers think we're getting younger because we're getting more and more to do.
By the third season, the cast was so good at their choreography that the show reduced the number of stunt people on set. It was a huge change from season 2.
We only got 4 days for this entire fight scene. We shot this as a oneer. Basically, there was no cuts in the camera. There's no cuts in the acting. The camera just follows the action.
As Jacob said, "I know everyone does like 90% of their stunts. We can do as much as we can. They push us and challenge us a lot, but it's mostly us." And if you're wondering what that training looked like, Xolo Maridueña has the answer. He revealed, "My training was a daily 2 to 4 hour regiment of working with professional stunts, martial arts, boxing, strength, and yoga instructor teams to get me in amazing shape. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. It may have been tough, but looking at these pics, it definitely paid off." But no matter how good you are, there is a downside to throwing all those kicks and punches. Fighting means injuries. The younger cast members aren't the only ones to have struggled with the martial arts. Billy and Ralph also had a unique challenge, remembering the skills they learned 3 decades ago. However, now that both actors are in their 50s, they've admitted that the training looks a little different.
We come away with a lot of bruises after Ralph and I do our stunts.
But that's nothing compared to the injury Billy sustained in season 1 of Cobra Kai. While doing a fight scene, the actor actually broke his toe.
Pulled my hamstring, I broke my, I broke my toe. They're so big, my toe hit his toe, I jammed a toe, nobody even knew it. It went completely in my foot, I had to hobble over to the side. And my stunt guy was sitting over there ready to jump in and do this scene if I couldn't, and I just yanked it out.
And he's not alone. Some of the stunts the cast needs to perform are downright terrifying. Others have even been hospitalized. Mary was filming a small fight scene when she really hurt her hand and had to be sent to the emergency room. Not only did she have to deal with the pain, but the incident held up filming the rest of the episode until doctors gave her the all clear. And that's still not the most challenging part of being on the Cobra Kai cast. The plots aren't always appealing. Can you believe that there was a moment, just a moment, that this show almost didn't happen? It's because Billy Zabka wasn't initially keen to return to the character, especially when he heard that Johnny would be reopening the Cobra Kai dojo. He was worried that the storyline wouldn't appeal to fans, and that if it wasn't properly written, it would be a total flop. The actor told the New York Post, "This show could still exist without the Karate Kid. It would be like Bad Sensei, kinda like that 2003 movie Bad Santa." Thankfully, he changed his mind. He wasn't the only one with reservations. Ralph Macchio admitted that he knew fans had low expectations for the show, which is why he and the rest of the cast and crew worked so damn hard to make it brilliant. And now Cobra Kai has massively exceeded expectations, even scoring a nomination for a Primetime Creative Arts Emmy Award and a couple of Teen Choice Awards. But what about the younger cast? For them, the series ain't a return to anything. It's a fresh start with new characters, and some are trickier to navigate than others. Just ask Peyton List, who has to channel a bunch of anger she doesn't feel to play Tori. It's particularly challenging for the former Disney star, who explained that she's lucky to have gotten the part. The actress explained, "I feel like a lot of people would box me in and say she can't do it, let's move on." And because she was given a chance, she works extra hard. To get into character, she works until she drops in training and watches endless videos of stunts. She'd even binge watch stunt videos for inspiration while she was getting her makeup done. And speaking of that, looking the part takes a lot of work. While most fans watch Cobra Kai for the martial arts, without the input of the wardrobe department, the actors wouldn't look nearly as good or convincing while they're kicking butt. However, transforming into their characters takes a toll on these actors. But the poor guy who has to spend the most time being made over is Jacob, whose signature mohawk takes over an hour to style every day. And then there's his tattoos. Those take anything between a half hour to an hour, depending on how still the actor sits. Altogether, it means a lot of time getting ready. Just as much work goes into the cast's clothes. In fact, the show's costume designer, Frank Helmer, has admitted that in order to get the cast looking as great as they do, he needs to be a bit of a stalker. In order to keep up with the real fashion trends that inspire the cast's wardrobe, Frank scouts Southern California for unsuspecting models. He explained, "Anytime I'm out somewhere and I see some cool kids dressed up, I'm always taking little stalkery pictures of them to remember the looks and commit to memory. And those ideas help out the rest of his department," Frank added. "I also bring those ideas to the hair and makeup department. I get to collaborate with them, so it's a really great creative back and forth with everybody from production design to hair and makeup to even props. Want to know a secret? As close and collaborative as the cast and crew of Cobra Kai are, it hasn't stopped this last, most intense struggle. Are you ready? Accusations of whitewashing. It has millions of fans, but Cobra Kai has also been critiqued for what it's missing: some Asian representation. You see, the entire main cast of the show is white. The Hollywood Diversity Report explained, except for the Latino character of Miguel, all the other people of color are outside of that main cast, so it actually doesn't show as a diverse show. So the writers started making changes. By season 3, we saw Daniel in Okinawa with Kumiko and Chosen. And now that the 4th season is being written, the writers are planning more. Frank Heald revealed, "We always have our eye towards representing today's society as richly and accurately as possible." The cast agrees. Sholo explained that when it comes to diverse representation, our show is catching up. Check out our other Cobra Kai videos for more martial arts glory. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.